Most definitions of overpopulation are almost the same. It is a situation in which there are too many people in the world and people there suffer. The term overpopulation is used to describe the number of people in the area who have too much land and too few resources and who suffer from them. Overpopulation is the total population of a country or group of countries in an area that has more people than resources and many resources, but not people who suffer the consequences. A new study by the Global Challenges Foundation shows a strong correlation between population growth and global environmental problems. Leading voices in the American environmental movement have reaffirmed the view that population growth is the most serious environmental problem, including the threat of climate change and the environmental impact of human overpopulation. They argue that the global economy's ability to support human population growth is finite, because natural resources can be damaged and depleted. Raising people's awareness of family planning and their knowledge of the serious effects of overpopulation can help to slow down population growth, especially as the world population is growing at a rapid pace. The link between the two problems is undeniable. Population size is leading to the current global environmental impact, and population growth is critical to controlling global warming. The negative environmental effects of overpopulation are undeniable, but some people reject the importance of population as an environmental problem. This is important as environmentalists. Researchers and policymakers seek socially responsible ways to mitigate the problems caused and exacerbated by overpopulation. Before we start, however, we should be aware that global environmental problems are not caused solely by population growth. If we are to have the chance to avert the worst effects of global climate change, we must seriously address the problem of overpopulation in order to contain it, stop habitat loss, and eliminate pollution. But unless we address unsustainable populations, we will remain in a battle that cannot be won. First, the task is to stabilize and reduce population, owing to factors such as population density, population size, land use change, and environmental degradation. Through an approach to biodiversity in terms of human population and growth, our task can be to stabilize the population without reducing it. Human overpopulation is the main cause of global climate change and environmental degradation and contributes significantly to biodiversity loss and pollution. Overpopulation is an undesirable condition when the number of existing human populations exceeds the actual capacity of the Earth. When we use the term overpopulation, we are referring specifically to a situation in which the Earth cannot regenerate the resources that the world's population consumes every year. As populations can grow exponentially, resources are depleted, leading to a reduction in biodiversity and the depletion of natural resources such as water, land, and air. One example of the interconnectedness of the planet's environment is the rapid destruction of tropical rainforests, exacerbated by population growth. Overpopulation is associated with negative environmental and economic consequences, ranging from the effects of agriculture, deforestation, and water pollution to eutrophication and global warming. The consequences of overpopulation are also a threat to human health and the environment, as well as to the health of the human population. The effects of human overpopulation have been documented in the past, such as in the Great Barrier Reef, where a human population of finite resources was wiped out when its consumption exceeded what the island could sustain. This time, however, geological and cosmic forces are not beyond us, but are unsustainable because of human population growth and overconsumption. Population growth, industrialization, and agriculture are the main drivers of systemic changes on Earth, significantly increasing species mortality beyond the background level. Population growth in developing countries is putting more strain on global resources and the environment than growth in less developed countries. Change size analysis shows that besides deforestation or acceleration of forests, afforestation, which accompanies population growth, which takes into account a number of different responses from humans and the environment, increases or decreases biodiversity, while the United States, for example, produces a staggering amount of carbon dioxide that spreads far beyond its borders. Population growth in Madagascar has triggered massive deforestation and rapid extinction. In the paper Reimagining the Human, author Eileen Christ argues powerfully and wisely that biodiversity, not resource depletion, is the real problem for conservationists working against population growth. Catton looks at human overpopulation from the ecological perspective of sustainability and explains the myth of the cornucopia clearly. He says, population growth is when we reach a population level of 10 billion because it is impossible to feed everyone. This helps us to understand that if we stabilize and then reduce the overpopulation of humanity, we will stop destroying our only home on Earth.